All right. The continuing adventures of Mink Rockmoore. Dispatch from the Salton Sea, Part 2. Desert Shores, California, October 6th, 2017. Ever since I purchased this big old can of bear mace, I feel much better about my defenses in the desert. Its official name is Frontiersman Bear Attack Deterrent. The directions for use are clear. Pull back the white plastic safety tab and depress the trigger and spray. The big selling point seems to be effective spray range of up to 30 feet. This is indicated several times on the packaging and several times on the can itself. I had to go to a special store to get it. The guys who sold it to me said this was not run-of-the-mill weak police mace. This stuff had a guaranteed spray range of up to 30 feet. It's a big old can that even comes with its own holster. A smart-looking black microfiber deal with a Velcro top for easy access. After the altercation with the wild pack of dogs earlier today, I knew I needed to step it up and make something happen. I needed maximum stopping power. I had been walking the shores of the Salton Sea around sunset. Mostly these beaches are deserted. The population of the Desert Shores area has been significantly dwindling over the years. The Salton Sea was all the rage back in the 1950s and 60s. They were building up the place to be a top-notch resort, the new Californian Riviera. But two back-to-back hurricanes in the 1970s wiped out all the boats, the piers, and the yacht clubs. No solid plan for a rebuild and poor fiscal planning have left the future of the Salton Sea unknown. And because of little official oversight and no law enforcement to speak of, criminals and feral animals pretty much have the run of the place. And so it was on the west side shore of the Salton Sea where I found myself confronted by what at first looked like a couple of friendly medium-sized dogs. Turns out that initial impression was completely incorrect. The lead dog was a tannish brown color and extremely dirty. He or she had very long hair and was a total mutt. I could see some retriever in there mixed with some kind of terrier, but this guy was 100% all-American mutt. The second in command was a slightly smaller black dog. His hair was so long it made him look like a very dirty mop head floating around the sand. Almost impossible to discern a breed on the mop head. Maybe Cocker Spaniel and 50 other things. They started to growl in a way that told me I was in trouble. Bad growling, loud and relentless and super angry, egging each other on. I find in these situations you must make it clear that you are not afraid in any way. And if you yell out authoritative orders, Sometimes dogs will fall back on some old training or kick into some forgotten obedience mode. So I shouted succinctly and clearly, "Stop it!" and pointed as if to give them direction to leave. The shouting and authoritative gestures had absolutely no effect whatsoever. These dogs were completely feral, and it was clear that human beings had no relevance or authority over them whatsoever. That is when I heard more crazy growling coming from my right side. It sounded like 2 more dogs at least. This angry pack of dogs was well aware of their combined force and seemed to be relishing the situation. That is when I immediately started surveying the area for a weapon. And it was clear to me that the dogs also realized I was surveying the area for a weapon. They upped their growl level, and the lead dog and his second in command started coming at me. And then, as if by a divine kind of perfect timing, I saw a pile of medium-sized rocks to my left on the ground at the side of the beach path. And all of this was happening with a dog attack soundtrack. All the barks and growling and the... And as if I knew exactly what I was doing, I reached right down and grabbed a big handful of rocks. And then it all immediately turned around for me. Those dogs had been enjoying a competitive advantage. Those f***ers had used strategy on me. 2 dogs in front got my attention, and then they flanked me on the side. But as soon as I saw those rocks, I knew the balance of power had shifted. In one swoop, I got the rocks and threw them right at the head of that lead dog. And that bitch completely broke down immediately. It was like he was the tough guy gonna take me down with his friends and eat me. And then as soon as he thought he was in any danger, a complete tail between the legs retreat. He turned and ran away. This was a bit of a surprise to all his cohorts, because the second in command looked at me like, but it was over and they backed up and split. My enduring image of that lead dog is his ears flapping in the wind as he was running away. And as I made my way back to my car, it started to dawn on me how bad a potential situation that had been. Which is why I am now carrying a huge can of bear mace with an effective spray range of up to 30 feet. The guy who sold it to me had quite a lot to say about it. That Smitty was a real character. But that is the story for another time.